we're coming up on Super Bowl weekend. For some, that could mean winning some money. In fact, almost 70 million people in this country bet $23 billion on last year's Super Bowl, and those numbers expected to be bigger this time around, but betting can get out of hand in a hurry if you are not careful. And Megan is here with the Zepf Center to talk more about that. So your job, you treat people who have gambling addiction, gambling problems with that. How do you know if you have a gambling addiction? Probably your friends and family can tell you?
Yeah, so usually friends and family are the first people to notice if someone has a gambling problem. Oftentimes we're kind of wanting to deny the problem a little bit, cover the problem up, or hide the problem. But if you are chasing your losses or gambling to escape or cope with life stressors, those are probably the biggest red flags that your gambling is becoming a problem for you.
Is football the biggest time of year for gamblers because everybody's got focus on games like that, or do a lot of people just bet year-round on hockey and baseball and everything going on?
I think football and basketball are key times for people to gamble. If you have a gambling problem or a sports betting problem, you're probably betting year-round on anything. But for the casual bettor, football's a big time, March Madness is a big time, any of the big games like the Super Bowl. Problem gamblers will be betting on the Super Bowl, and people that maybe only place a bet once or twice a year will probably be betting on the Super Bowl too.
The exposure to sports gambling has ramped up. The legalization in Ohio, ESPN has the ESPN bet thing. I mean, it's everywhere. I'm kind of immune to it. I don't bet, and I don't even pay attention to it now, but even on the radio, ESPN radio, they talk about spreads. They talk about, like I heard a conversation today, betting on who's going to score the first touchdown in the Super Bowl. Like, what a ridiculous thing to even think about, because there's no amount of knowledge would help you predict something like that, but yet that's the draw people have to gambling?
Yeah, I mean, it's the what if. It's the what if I win. It's the excitement behind placing the bet and seeing if the outcome is in my favor. A lot of the times people will get that dopamine hit before they've even found out if they've won or lost. That's another thing that can make betting so addictive, is that I'm feeling excited before I even find out the outcome. So if I do lose, I just think, well, maybe I'll do it again and I'll be closer to winning next time.
So many people bet on the Super Bowl. It's almost an accepted thing, and with illegal betting, of course, and also even at parties, you've got the squares things you can do. But there's a fine line when you cross to where it's getting to be a problem.
Yeah, so any type of gambling is supposed to be a form of entertainment. It's supposed to be done in moderation, and it's supposed to be fun. So if you're not having fun anymore, you're not doing it in moderation, and you're doing it for other reasons than entertainment, like trying to win back money you've lost or get money to pay bills or to pay people back, that's when you've crossed the line.
Megan, what's the demographic on your problem sports gambler? Are they middle-aged white guys, or what are you seeing out there?
Well, the latest data we have in Ohio is from 2022, and that indicated that problem gambling was affecting the 18 to 24-year-old age range. Younger people.
Yeah.
But problem gambling doesn't discriminate. If you gamble or bet, then there is a chance that you could have a problem down the road. And so just because it's affecting younger people right now doesn't mean it's not also affecting men and women and older individuals too.
Make a good point. Now, you're involved with treatment of people with gambling problems.
Yeah.
How do you go about doing that? It's a matter of one-on-one sessions and basically taking apart where does this addiction come from. What's your approach?
Yeah, well, my approach is different for everybody because everybody needs something a little bit different. But we do offer individual one-on-one therapy. We have a group therapy twice a week specifically for gambling. And I'll meet you in person or on telehealth, whatever you're more comfortable with. But where we start with everyone is just trying to understand how this happened and when it happened and what's going on now. And really, we meet them where they're at. So if they want help, then we support them in that process, but they have to want it for themselves first.
Yeah, it's a mental type thing. It's a mental approach. You have to get yourself convinced. If you're a problem gambler, convince yourself this is not good for you. Now, if you want more information about the Zepf Center and their services for a variety of things, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or problem gambling or any variety of behaviors, right there's the information, the website, and the crisis care line. Boy, well, hopefully things get through Super Bowl weekend and things kind of calm down. But then March Madness is right behind it, right?
Yeah, there's always something.
This sure is. Megan from the Zepf Center, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.